Have you ever thought of the industry that handles those beautiful leather bags, leather shoes, and whatever that is made of leather that you have? Welcome to the Lagos Leather Fair 2024. Now, this is one of the biggest leather fairs in Africa. This is a gathering of leather enthusiasts, manufacturers, designers, and this is basically to spotlight the African creativity, African culture, and craftsmanship. My name is Estelle Mello, and this is Rapid TV.
So we do everything leather, right? We make shoes, we make bags, we make clothes, we make small pieces, big pieces, men and women. But besides that, we also make leather itself. So we're one of the leading leather manufacturers in the country, and we sell leather to a lot of the exhibitors who are at the Lagos Leather Fair today.
I love the fact that you're repping because this is Lagos Leather Fair, and you have what is this called?
So this is called a utility holster. It's a really new contraption from my brand. It's really stylish, really practical. It could take all your phones, all your wallets, and it still looks really cool, right? It's a travel piece, right? So imagine a train, when the trains pass, they go through those tunnels. So I don't know if you've seen that ad where we did on Instagram that the tunnel converts into a bag. So we kind of inspire from like what the practicality of that product is, and that is how we come up with our designs. Sometimes I just wake up and a design will just enter. The beautiful thing about leather, and I think a lot of people don't know this, right? Leather is the oldest craft known to mankind. The first time leather was used on the face of the earth was actually used by God. In the book of Genesis, there's a scene where God comes down from heaven to the Garden of Eden, and Adam and Eve are hiding because they're naked after they had eaten from the tree of knowledge. It's actually in your Bible, you can research it. Then he chased them out of the Garden of Eden, but in his infinite mercy, he took the skin of an animal and he clothed them. So the first time leather was used was actually God since the time of Adam and Eve. So when I do it, when I create processes from leather, it feels godly.
What is the name of your brand?
So we are solely eco. We make men's shoes, men's dress shoes.
Why did you decide to do solely eco?
Okay. A few years ago, roughly 10 years ago now, I was looking forward to do after school, and then I got my first phone, literally my first, and then I stumbled across men's shoes, and I fell in love with it. So I started teaching myself how to make shoes, and then gradually, over the past 10 years, we built it up to the point where our shoes can literally stand toe to toe with shoes internationally, worldwide, basically. So yeah, we are really, really proud of that and the journey so far.
So talk to me. I mean, I love the fact that you just mentioned that your shoes can, compete internationally. But everything you use, are they all Nigerian made?
Okay, so I literally make the shoes with my hands here. I am the head shoemaker in Toliko, self-taught and everything. Yeah, so we've been trying to, as much as possible, push the Nigerian leather industry, make it seem that, okay, the dollar price is rising and everything is getting out of hand internationally. We can still offer basically what you can get outside of Nigeria in Nigeria, basically. So this is a square-toed Oxford shoe, it's an Adelaide, basically. The square-toe shoes are just popping up, basically. It's very known internationally, especially with Italian shoemakers. And then if you're trying to get this outside of the country, you're probably looking at $350 minimum, basically. And then we offer this for 120K. And then this is fully Blake stitch, so you're not gumming anything. You're not afraid that anything will pull off. I can literally pull on the shoes and then nothing will come off. So the shoes I love the color, basically. And then it accepts a very wonderful shine. You look at it, you see the quality instantly. This color, this shade of brown actually represents leather. So you see it, you love it. You know that, okay, this is a shoe that goes on your green suit, your blue suit, your brown suits, everything, basically. This is actually my favorite. This one right here, it has a very slim waist.
See the way I'm looking at you though.
Very slim waist, an angled heel, a tapered heel actually is what we call it. Very beautiful, and then the floral design. So it's something different from what you wear with a regular suit. But if you actually want to dress down for like a wedding or something, you can actually go for something like this, yeah.
I love it. Kudos. But how did you even get your name Soli Echo? What's that? What does that even mean?
Okay, so I am a Lagosian. I was born and bred in Lagos, and I was thinking, okay, Lagos is a melting pot of ideas. So you literally see people from the north, from the west, from the south, from the east, everything. So Solieko is an idea that on that we get height from the north. If you talk about shoemaking, you hear about all the time. So it's literally a melting pot for people from all walks of life. Shoemakers from all walks of life can come into one house and then make beautiful stuff. Yes.
So I am with Onilu Studios. But the interesting thing about his stand is that he has a talking drum. Take a look. So you know what? I'm going to ask you, what's the idea behind this?
All right, so I come from a very long lineage of drummers, right? But the first Atinshola wasn't just a drummer; it was a tailor, it was a warrior, and it was a traditionalist. So the inspiration of Onilu was because during the Yoruba War, he was one of the people that brought people to safety to Egba. We're originally from Oyo, but he brought people to safety in Egba, and because of people were displaced at the time, the talking drum was used to to make a sound of joy at the time. So in the evening under the tree, we just gather everybody and then start making different sounds to just to make people think, take their minds off the things that are happening at the time. So I mean that's one of the places where the inspiration of the Onilu came from.
Talk to me about your designs here, your displays here. I think this particular one captures my attention so much. So talk to me about this design.
So this design is actually called gogon.
What does that mean?
So gogon is the drumstick. Let me show you. So this is a gongon. So some people call it kongon, but we call it gongon. All right. And the idea is every human being is an instrument, right? You can be an instrument in the hands of God, and if you yield yourself to God, He plays a beautiful sound out of your life. The story of Atishola I just shared with you is someone who was used by God, to bring people out of pain and sorrow. And the idea is, if God used this man to play beautiful sound. So the story of this collection is actually about Atinshola, who is my great grandfather, right? So that's what this collection is about. Gogo.
Okay, so Nina Noel is a made in Nigeria footwear brand. We design, manufacture, and retail handmade footwear products for both female and male.
I love it, the way you emphasized made in Nigeria. That's how it's meant to be. But what do you love about what you do?
Okay, I think for me the best part is designing and sourcing for leather. I don't like manufacturing, but I have a team that does the manufacturing. So designing and sourcing for leather.
So show me your favorite design here. I know you have a lot of displays. Maybe I would pick one.
At the moment, I'm wearing one.
Oh, okay.
I actually designed this for myself. I designed it to wear for the Lagos Leather Fair, and I'm like, okay, when I bought the leather, maybe I should just bring one more to, to exhibit, and then this, I want to wear this tomorrow. I have this as well. So this is also one of my favorites. Both of them are like my brain children. I thought about it at night. I woke up the next morning. I'm like, I'm going to do this design. So it looked so good, and I decided to bring it for the fair.
We make school shoes for children. We focus more on school shoes for children. So just to, a lot of people, a lot of children do not have shoes to wear, and we just want to make good quality, affordable shoes for children to wear. This is a sewing machine. It sews sneaker soles round. And can I have one of that? So normally, these soles are usually stitched by hand, but this machine makes it easier and faster to stitch around, and it stitches beautifully. So most of these stitches are done by hand, which is tedious, stressful, and takes a lot of time. But this makes it faster. As you can see, look at the stitching. Two needles are stitching the thing around, and they're interwoven going around that. It makes it faster and neater. So that's it.
And I would love you to share with me the idea behind your designs.
Okay, so first off, we're very inspired by culture. If you look at a lot of our products, it's 70% ashoke and, leather embellishments on them. And the reason for this is because we love to celebrate Africa. We love to celebrate our culture. I'm Yoruba, but apart from being Yoruba, I'm Nigerian. And in Nigeria, we have beautiful fabrics, we have beautiful artisans. So how do we celebrate this? How do we bring this to life? Growing up, I look at Ashoke, and as a young boy, I look at it and I'll be like, why does my mother wear so much of this thing? But as I grew up, I started to learn about the fabric, see how beautiful it is.
What's the idea behind this design?
So we like to tell stories with our products. Everything here has got a story to it. Again, like I said, we're inspired by culture. This is inspired by the northern culture. I was exploring the cap, the Hausa caps, and they all have different names. They have different patterns they create on them. So I tried to mimic that pattern on the bag here, just to celebrate the northern culture.
What do you love about leather?
Yeah, because leather is nature. So we just want to get in line with the nature evergreen echo, the echo of the world, and everything.
And I noticed I spotted you while you were buying this. By the way, this is what he got here at the Lagos Leather Fair. Take a look at this. You'd see it's absolutely beautiful, simple. But why did you go for this one?
Yes, because it's not common. You like from the vendor, you rarely see something like this in the market. So like every other handband from any other person, so you don't get to see this easily.
The Lagos Leather Fair is way beyond just exhibition. It's the deep conversations that we are having with the right people. The next conversation is about crafting winning strategies for brand positioning and visibility. Join me, let's go.
Oh my goodness, this is my third time moderating LLF, and I'm so excited to be back because every time we have conversations, that's usually my high point of the event, the conversations and the workshops where the experts in the leather industry come and actually, teach us hands-on things that we can actually use. So, I mean, for me, the highlight for me has been the conversation so far. We've had two where experts have come to talk about how we can level up, in our as leatherpreneurs or entrepreneurs, and how we can use AI. Because I mean, we talked about artificial intelligence today, and it was mind blowing. Because if you're not in the game,
I mean, you were leaving you out. You said quite a number of things about understanding DNA, visibility, positioning, and what have you. But let me ask you, for every starter, for someone who wants to go into, a business, what is that one advice you have for the person?
Well, first of all, like we've spoken this afternoon, first to know, any business is tough. You just have to have that stamina, or more, let's say, the power within you to just see, I'm going to do it without thinking too much. I always believe in doing. When you do it, and then you start to see what is the challenge, and then you take the challenge as a solution, work with it as a solution, and then you go from one step to another. But when you start to think you want to have a business, the map and structure and everything, then you get stuck. But if you just start it, just do it.
When you start anything in your life, whether your career, whether your brand building, you need to first of all know, who do I want to connect with? Who are the most important people to me? And you do the 80-20% rule. You follow the 80% that you really want to communicate with. Are they millennials? Are they over 50? Once you know that target audience, it even helps you to know, how do I communicate? Because millennials don't read newspapers, right? They're on social media. So once you understand that, you'll even know how to really sell your brand.
What has been the major takeaway from the conversation that was had here earlier?
It was all about branding, and it struck the part where she said you must do everything to stay visible. The industry is getting almost saturated. However, there's keywords that we must take home. That's USP and those things that make you stand out. So in the mall, we have so many vendors, but there's always something that if you put your brand there, people will forever remember you.
Well, it was quite amazing about the branding, visibility, and PR. Like I said, I've been in the leather industry for some years,
And then I had to take a pause and I started coming back because my passion is still there. It's still there. But I'm at this point where the old theme leveling up was what really gingered me to come, because I know I'm at this point I need to level up, and it was quite insightful.
It has been absolutely insightful listening to the speaker and the moderator. The conversation was basically about crafting winning strategies for brand positioning and visibility. And if you ask me, my major takeaway, it would be in 3 sentences, right? Understanding your passion, understanding your brand, and understanding your DNA. It's time for the runway. Join me. Let's go. Lagos Leather Fest 2024 has been nothing short of amazing. From the beautiful exhibition to workshops and insightful conversation, and then the runway. I had an amazing time. And I'm sure you watching this too, you had fun. My name is Esther Omelo, and this is where we let the curtain fall. At this point, I'm wishing I don't have to let the curtain fall, but I have to go. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.